Yeah. That's the thumbnail. You're watching my favorite YouTube channel, fan bases. There are many of them. There's the sports fan bases, and within them, there are some positive ones. What is a healthy fan base? There is a whole bunch of Marvel, as you know, DC, separate set fan bases. Some look at it as the same. There's superhero films. There's a lot of films with a lot of fan bases. There's My Little Pony with a fan base. There's a whole bunch. There's Pokemon with a fan base. And every single one of these that I've mentioned, whether it's in the gaming field, anywhere in the entertainment field, there comes the word toxic. And what exactly is that? What entails that? I believe that you should, as a fan base, be able to enjoy something, unite over that thing that you enjoy, but also provide the F word. Feedback. No studio or developer or producer is exempt from that. They actually, if you go on their websites, if you go on the streaming software I'm using right now, when I'm done, they'll say, how was it? Give us your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell us how we can improve. They yearn for this. For a fan base to be accused of not being healthy and being toxic, because the peoples who enjoy, the ones who consume, they have not just an entitlement, but they have, maybe let's flip it back. It would be the producer who have the onus and the responsibility and the burden of pleasing the fan base. Now, does the fan base have the opportunity to stop buying something? Yes. But if the fan base wants to continue buying the something from the producer, and they're just like, hey, Pokemon, I know you guys are developing a game. Can you just have all of the Pokemon in the game like you did last time? Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, I'm going to voice my criticism of it. That does not make me toxic. That is a healthy relationship between what getting on social media, creating a hashtag like, oh, was it Dexit? Because the Pokédex and exit, that was the word play, a play off of the Brexit thing. Anyways, that was a thing in the Pokemon community. You may not be aware of that, but that was perfectly valid. It was warranted. When I think of toxic fan base, I think of hatred. So let's look at Star Wars, and we'll think about what happened with Reva in Obi-Wan Kenobi. That character was just a character, a pretty normal character. I disagree with the character getting stabbed by Darth Vader, then surviving it, because, Qui-Gon Jinn also got stabbed and didn't survive it. And says, why? Huh? However, before that scene ever played out, there was a disliking towards her. Then she even screenshotted a couple nasty stuff she got on social media, which was verifiably. It was racist, without a doubt. And you got fan bases, even some belittling it, like, that's not even that bad. What are you talking about? I'm like, huh? That's like, I would say that's a toxic trait. Or let's go to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I want to be respectful. There was a life that was lost, and members of the fan community in discourse have used that lost loved one in their conversations. Toxic. So long as we're respecting dead people, so long as we're staying away from hate speech. What's hate speech? That's hard to define. Let's not pretend. So if we're staying away from that kind of rhetoric, and we keep it on the product, that's a healthy fan base. That's super healthy. Like, that's one that's providing what you, the producer of the product, wants. I know you guys are substituting the recast T'Challa conversation with every other example I'm using, and you should. It's kind of relevant. But like, this should also work for other fan bases and other future missteps, accidents, mistakes, errors, places where we can improve. I liked the first Wakandan movie, and they didn't show enough Wakanda. It was perfectly fine for me to say, I hope in the sequel we get to see the River Tribe. Let's see the river, or something like that. That's fine. That's a healthy of me to say that. If I thought that, a lot of the superheroes in the movies they counter Ironmonger, so that's just another Iron Man, Or Captain America faced Red Skull, who was sort of a super soldier with this. The serum was different. They just faced a second version of himself. Yeah, Ant-Man faced Yellow Jacket. Like they all have like a double. That's okay. I can still enjoy the movies, but I can be like, oh man, Black Panther did fight another Black Panther suit with what Eric Killmonger had on. That's like the 10th time they've done it out of 18 movies. I'm okay to say that. That's a healthy fan base. These are traits of healthy fan bases. That's what they look like. So long as a line is not crossed, and I set that line. I said it earlier. If you guys want to add, hey, let's add to it. What else would be considered toxic for a fan base? Because I view feedback separate from I view ridiculous demands from fans who want to see it their way. It's not a ridiculous demand to say continue your top black character in your franchise. Rather, the top black character in the history of film, because there's no character that Lawrence Fishburne played, Samuel L. Jackson has played. I think of the two together. There's no character Jamie Foxx has played or Will Smith has played. There's no character that The Rock has played or Denzel Washington has played or Halle Berry has played or Idris Elba has played. There's no character in the history of film who's as popular as this. And he was removed. That character isn't in media anymore, or the movies at least. And it'd be virtuous. It would be a nice positive thing to have the top black character that ever exists to be present for this next generation of young people, as well as the old people who were going to enjoy him. And that's not exclusive to black people. Actually, I'd rather focus on the white people who could gain from the increased familiarity of this character movie after movie after movie, and then have someone to look at who looks the way he looks with that skin tone, and then in their lives, whether they grow up to be in positions of power or not, they can also be like, oh yeah, you know what, my favorite character in fiction, or one of them, looks that way. When I watch those high budget movies and I see all of them team up, I actually notice that guy has a pretty important role. He's the leader of them all. I can now value, or I can attribute, even if it's just a little bit psychologically, that's how it works. And I can attribute value and attribute value because of that representation. It's positive. It's great. It's a great thing, and it shouldn't be missing from our films. Me saying this, it's not toxic. I did not at a single moment put down anybody at all. I actually didn't mention any character but T'Challa. But anyways, that's what a healthy fan base looks like. If you disagree, hey, go down in the comments. I've been reading some comments on that Recast the Real T'Challa video that I did, and bro, these guys are really fishing, trying to see something that isn't there. Read the comment section, please. Like, you don't gotta watch the whole 20-minute video. Just click on that video again. It's right on the side of my face because I'm done this video, and then just read the comment sections, especially the ones that I reply to. That's toxic. That's really trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, or a drama out of feedback.